Wonderful, isn't it? This pictures a perfect world that a modern human will imagine looking like. In this so-called perfect world, all the problems that affect everyone are non-existing, from poverty, pollution, and sadness. Many people call this place an utopia. According to Merriam-Webster's dictionary, a utopia is a place of ideal perfection, especially in laws, government, and social conditions. This idea is brought to life in Thomas More's original novel called Utopia. According to historians, this novel was one of the first pieces of work that put the idea on paper and gave it a name. Thomas More describes the characteristics of the place Utopia in his novel, such as its geography, history, cities, houses, government, farming, money, food, dining, conversation, travel, trade, wealth, education, religion, visitors, slavery, laws, war, holiday, and etc. He describes this place in barely over 100 pages. Ironically, the term utopia comes from the Greek word utopos. In the British Library, it means no place or nowhere. People believe that Thomas More was trying to emphasize that such kind of place couldn't exist. However, people have started to take this idea and expand on it. People have turned the idea of utopia into what their perfect world will look like. They interpret this in many shapes and forms. Through time, they start emphasizing on huge problems they believe will make the world a better place. This idea has slowly been in evolution. Sadly, the idea doesn't appear on paper again until 100 years later. Our expert from the 1600s will elaborate on them.
By the 1600s, The City of the Sun by Tommaso Campanella was written while he was sentenced to life captivity for sedition and heresy. This is one of the most important utopian philosophical texts and may have influenced Bacon's New Atlantis. In The City of the Sun, no citizen is more important than another. The citizens are expected to be aware of the history and laws because it is painted on the walls that surrounds the city. Everyone serves the state and receives everything from the state. There is no private property and no one can be rich or poor. They live in dormitories and every 6 months they are moved into new sections. By 1627, Sir Francis Bacon published New Atlantis, which is an unfinished utopian novel. The novel portrays the creation of a utopian land where generosity and enlightenment are the commonly held qualities of a perfect world. In two of Plato's dialogues, Republic and Laws, there was an attempt to explain the political organization that would allow the citizens to live in harmony. It would also provide the education for each citizen to reach his or her highest potential possible. During the 19th centuries, scholars such as Henry St. Simon, Charles Flores, and Robert Owens spread the idea of forming small experimental communities to put philosophical concepts into use. Karl Marx and Friedrich Engels saw that utopianism gave an idea for a better future. However, they criticized utopian writers' lack of a deeper understanding of social and political realities which could help political change. Herbert Marcus contrasted between abstract utopias based on fantasies and concrete utopias based on social theory. Overall, utopianism is thought to start in imagination, which then transform reality into images of hopes and dreams.
Now, our expert in modern literature will explain to you how the idea of utopia is being used in today's time.
The idea of utopia can be broken down into subgenres of religious utopia, scientific utopia, political utopia, and economic utopia. The idea of religious utopia is normally seen as the ideal place that one believes in as part of their religion. Many people will try to arrange their lives in a way that their faith will lead them to this ideal place. For example, in Christianity, their utopia is the Garden of Eden or even heaven. On the other hand, scientific utopias normally involve the use of technology to prolong life or end suffering. Political utopias are generally a city or establishment where the government makes perfect living conditions. The government will create laws that make everything seem just and also normally deter from allowing self-freedom, as it doesn't help the community. Similarly, economic utopias are also created by the government, striving to reach a common goal: peace and perfection. Many traits are similar to socialism, with everyone being equal in quantity of work, food, and other various wealth. One modern example of an economic utopia is Animal Farm, written by George W. Orwell. Orwell writes of a farm where the animals have taken over and the pigs, being the smartest of the bunch, rise up and lead the rest of their barnmates towards a perfect society.
Hi, Ivy. So today I'm gonna present you with this water bottle.
Hot. Oh shit.